Welcome back to another reaction video, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Now, for anybody who follows the channel, you'll know that we celebrate and love all kinds of music, but I do gravitate towards rock and metal mostly because it's what I grew up on. And when I speak about the technical musical production elements of it, it makes it a whole lot easier for me. But today we're going to be looking at something in the hip hop genre, one that I'm very familiar with, an artist that I actually do know, but a song that I do not know, and that is NF. Big fan of his work. I am obsessed with the search. I found him a bit before then and just absolutely loved his lyrics, loved his videos, loved the production on everything. And I thought it'd be fun to check that one out today. Now, it's been out for about a month, so a bit late to the party, but here nonetheless. Let's get stuck into it, shall we? NF. The Fear, or just Fear, which I believe is the title track of his EP. Go check it out. I'll put a link for that official video in the description below, and to any of his other channels if I can find them. So, looking forward to this one. NF, Fear. Let's see what you got.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello. Knocking at my door again, begging me to come outside, let you back into my life. Now, usually I'd be strong enough to lock the doors and keep them shut, but not today, I'm desperate. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. OCD is worse than ever, hands are bleeding, maybe I should take the pills down. Know what's going on with me, some days I actually think I might be schizo. Frantic, probably not, but even writing this is making me begin to spiral, oh God. Made a promise to myself I wouldn't let the fear back in, but then I did though. Told the world that I was sick of running, then went back to running, what a joke. Disappointed, yeah, me too. I thought I finally made a breakthrough, guess not. It's the same song and dance, you all seen it before. Darkness holds out its hand, then we walk to the floor. Every decision made isn't mine anymore. Like a puppet with strings, I just don't have a choice. What's the truth, what's a lie? Help me God, help me Lord. Face your fears, dry your eyes. Grandma died, what's the point? Lost the keys, lost my hope, lost my will, lost my joy, lost a friend, lost my hope, lost my faith, lost my voice.
Ooh. There's no real good place to pause this. Typically, you look for the end of a phrase or a break in the music, but with this, it's this. While there is a structure to it, it's very powerfully pieced together. In the search, he said, "I don't know if I'm making movies and music videos," and it remains true. His videos are complete art and absolutely add value to the song. Sometimes people create videos which it's just what you do, right? So you create a video, it's a bit fun, and it gives platforms like YouTube and other video platforms something to look at, you know, versus a visualizer. But his are always ultra powerful. Bear with me, couple quick things, and then I will let this one play out. I promise, no more pausing. At least I think I promise. This is a very, very intense lyric with an almost ironic upbeat to it. There's a lot of instrumentation that I am familiar with, which was surprising. He does a lot of atmospheric stuff. The door creaks, even some of the shouts, the vocal bits that he does. There's often this balance between what is traditionally musical and what is environmental, and it all adds value to the production of the song. But the guitar itself, that you can hear, that acoustic guitar that's been strummed, it's what you call ghost notes. It's holding down on the strings and performing an almost percussive melody with that, while not actually pressing down, not always, to show you what those notes are actually hiding. And it's very folky. which is traditionally something that you can have a lot of nostalgia and sadness with, but it's hard to create the powerful impact he's doing. And I think that's where the genre blend makes a lot of sense. Lyrically, like, I'm not someone who focuses always on lyrics first. However, with NF, it's obviously very different because they are very powerful. This is quite close to home for me because he mentioned OCD, and I have had and continue to battle with tremendous OCD. If you look back on my channel, you'll probably find quite a lot of tics and things happening. And this isn't a poor me thing. I think there are people who struggle with much worse. I think the problem nowadays is that everybody claims to have a thing. It's what they lean on to try and feel unique and stand out, which is, I don't know why you would do that. It's not very fun, but it's quite debilitating. It stopped me from walking at one point. It was really bad. But so I definitely feel like an emotional connection to what he's saying. It's hard almost to look at it from a technical point of view, so I'm going to try not to, but very beautifully written, surprisingly familiar, and both musically and lyrically. And I think he's just a genius. I think he's a one-of-a-kind genius. There's artists like him, like Ren, for example, who do things which, while defined by a genre, don't necessarily belong there, not entirely. And this is important.
Standing back, watching my mansion burn to ash while I hold the gas can, asking God if he started this fire. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Make all my hopes and my dreams come to life just to lay them to rest. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Give me a false sense of peace just to show me what peace really is. Is this what you wanted? On the verge, on the edge. Is this what you wanted? Petrified, scared to death. Is this what you wanted? Praying to God, desperate. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Hanging on by a thread. Is this what you wanted? Empty heart, nothing left. Is this what you wanted? Breaking down, spiraling. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? My head is just what you wanted. To ash. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? The gas. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you feel? Started. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted?
Good God, man. What an artist. In a world where music is easily created, easier than ever, which has its pros and cons, where, sorry, I feel a little bit like vulnerable now. Whenever you talk about tics and OCD things, they tend to flare up a little bit, so I'm trying to not focus on that. But he speaking of that, the vulnerability of even talking about something can be quite intense, but when you are able to put it into music, something as a creative outlet that then helps and resonates with a lot of people, because sometimes help isn't solving a problem. Sometimes help is feeling like you're not the only person who has the problem. So it's like a being heard thing. And I think that's what music can do. He's an incredibly talented human being. It's not just about Can he rap fast? Does he have all the technical bits, rhyming couplets, all these things? Has he got his own unique style? I think there's something else that's a little bit harder to put your finger on, and that probably is the vulnerability of it. The fact that he allows it to be seen, which is probably quite a raw experience for a songwriter. It's very, I have a lot of admiration for it. And it's really beautiful. That strumming pattern, that you'll hear it in a lot of early 2015 to 2022-ish pop music, where there was a lot of folk being introduced. Ed Sheeran did a lot of that kind of stuff. And it's turning, a lot of it is effectively turning a very melodic instrument into something more percussive and melodic. So even though those ghost notes, if you played them with the same intensity on each stroke up and down, it would sound awful, but just the emphasis on the down to complete the phrasing just creates something very pleasant to listen to. It almost is a percussive instrument playing alongside that. So really like that, really beautiful. And I know his songs kind of tend to link together, not just by video and story, but also as a theme. And there will be more of that, just because I want it. But if there's something you'd like me to listen to, old or new, it doesn't have to be hip hop, it can be whatever it wants. Please put a link in the description and not in the description, in the comments, and use a link for the video you'd like me to check out so I don't get it wrong. Appreciate you all. And if you're new here, welcome. Bye.